This week on the show, we're looking back on 2025 in gaming, discussing our top 5 games of the year, how we fared in our predictions earlier in the year, and who won Fantasy Critic 2025. I'm your host, Ewan, and today I'm joined by my fellow gamers and co-hosts, James.
Hello.
And Brody.
Hello.
This is the Press Start Podcast, our weekly video game discussion podcast. Let's get on with the show. Before we do get stuck into the show properly, though, I do want to call quick attention to not a prediction I made at the start of the year, but prior to the Game Awards. And that was, I think you put it, James, a bold prediction that Hollow Knight Silksong was going to get some DLC announced. I had to share the clip a couple of days ago. If you've not seen that on our social channels already, check that out just for proof that it happened. But yeah, Hollow Knight Silksong did in fact get some DLC announced. Song of the Sea, I think I remember it being called. Sea of Sorrow. I've got that all wrong. Sea of Sorrow. Out next year, they're sort of saying. Not as imminently as I thought it perhaps might have been, but nonetheless, I'm pretty chuffed with myself that I got that prediction right. Were you too surprised?
Oh, well, I mean, technically you didn't, because it wasn't at the right place, but nevertheless.
It wasn't at the Game Awards, no. Fair point.
I mean, obviously they wanted to have their own moment, and I completely respect that. I'm surprised, yes. I mean, I guess Hollow Knight 1 was going to get DLC, right? And that's what Silksong became. So it's not like too crazy, I guess, now that I think about it.
That was the ironic thing, right? It was that it was meant to be DLC and then took 6 years to come to fruition.
I kind of like the idea. I think they're going to add a new world and a new style, right? Like the sea vibes, nautical themed, if you will. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I'm still getting through everything that the main game has to offer, but all the same, welcome DLC. In the same way that I think like the DLC that Prince of Persia got as well. Like it kind of reminds me of that, and it adds a new area, some different bosses, maybe expands on the lore of it as well. So yeah, excited for that. Anyhow, we're not here to talk about Hollow Knight Silksong unless we are, because let's talk our top 5 games of the year. Brody, for the uninitiated, can you just remind everyone how Press Start's Game of the Year list works, just to differentiate from what we're going to do today?
Yeah, so basically we just ask everyone who's willing and feels like they've played enough games. Like, we obviously let people step back if they don't feel like they've played enough, which a few people did this year. To submit their top 10 games, which is weighted from 10 to 1. So obviously 10th place gets a single point, right down to your first, which gets 10 points. And then we basically collate all the votes from there, and it gives us our, company-wide top 10. We generally come back together to settle any ties, but I don't actually think there were any this year, which was quite a rarity. But that's generally how it works.
So yeah, contributed by the broader Press Start team, whereas today we're just going to go our top 5 rather than top 10, so as to not kind of reveal how it's all going to net out, but that will happen in due course. You'll hear what Press Start's official kind of top 10 list is, as voted by that broader team.
Starts rolling out next week, I believe. Not that I've written a word of it.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
You've set yourself the deadline, but haven't yet made a start.
I know when it has to start. Yeah. I know when it has to start.
We'll all need to contribute like a paragraph or so, right? That's how you do it?
Yeah, I might do that. I'm leaving it late, but yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll figure it out. We could get into that after the show. All right, James, do you want to kick us off? Do you want to give us your top 5 games of the year? Maybe start from 5, work your way up towards number 1. Oh, have you muted yourself?
You muted.
Yeah, you have.
He doesn't even want to hear it.
Yes, I have. No, I'm going to make an on-the-fly adjustment. I
thought you wanted to avoid making any adjustments.
I don't know. It's been a wild couple of weeks. But, okay, so my number 5 was...
Just know, let's just be clear. Just know...
Oh.
This adjustment won't be reflected in the official top 10, because that is set.
No, correct. No, and I'm not. This is my personal. You don't know how my
it's a living,
feelings,
breathing list. This
you obviously
James's list.
You don't know how my feelings affect the final result anyway. So like everyone just needs to relax.
Yeah,
so I'm No, okay. So my number 5 is Metroid Prime 4.
Controversial.
No, I don't think so. Are we going to go through? Am I going to talk about each game or just go through? Through my 5. What's the best way to go about
Metroid
this?
Prime feature in your
Probably
5 at all?
not. I assume it's a no ones.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to appear in either of us, so I'm tempted to stop here and talk about it for a second. What? I know you reviewed it very favorably. You gave it a 9?
Yes, 9.
9.5?
I came to 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Why? How did it make your top 5?
Why does it like?
I'm souring on this game the more and more I play it. I think it's every
Really?
time
Yeah, okay.
I know we haven't really spoken
man.
about this, but
Yeah.
every
that's
time I
like-
get back on the bike and have to drive through the freaking desert again, I'm like, please
just
make
took-
this
I
interesting.
think I just took the desert so differently to everybody else. Like I don't know. Like it's meant to be this like big lost world that you get lost in, and you do get lost in it. But sure, there's not much to do in it. But then as you get more abilities and stuff, like it's not.
But it feels like an undangerous circle, and like you just see where you need to go in the horizon constantly, and you're just like biding time. Like I'm literally at the point where I'm like putting a
I think I'm-
podcast on just to cross the desert.
I just think at this point with this game, because everyone I speak to doesn't like it, so I feel like I don't know what it is about this game. I just really enjoyed it, and I'm like so shocked when I finished it and put my review in, and like as you guys know, like I don't speak to other people about games like until my review is up because I don't want to be influenced or whatever. Yeah, like I don't just. It's just weird. Like, I liked everything about it. Like, and I don't know if I just took the desert. I never thought the desert was going to be what people maybe wanted it to be. I don't know. Like, it's such a weird game to talk. I hate talking about it because I feel like a crazy person. Like, because
I thought I was really going to gel with it because it was like, it's kind of like Jack 3 and like you go out, like you leave Haven or whatever the city was called, and you have to get into your buggy and cross the desert. I was kind of like expecting that sort of vibe, but I just found it I'm finding it very uninteresting. That on top of that, like the psychic abilities and the kind of elemental powers and stuff, like it just doesn't feel all of that novel and iteration on the Metroid kind of formula. Like it's
Can
just
I ask how far you
stuff
are?
we've seen in countless other games. I've crossed the lava. I've got the upgrade to my bike that lets me cross the lava, and I'm
so you're like past.
halfway
You've done
into
the
that section.
lab and did you do the ice lab and stuff?
Yeah, I've done the ice lap.
And you didn't love that? Like that didn't like tickle your Metroid pickle?
I mean, yes, but in the same way that like the other games have, like it just didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just looking for a little bit more or something a little bit novel, but maybe it's almost a consequence of having played Metroid Prime Remastered like just earlier this year. Like it just doesn't feel terribly fresh. And I was like, oh, there's a bike this time. That could be fun. And that's my least favorite part.
Yeah, I just like really like the formula for the Prime games. So I don't know, more of the same wasn't a bad thing for me.
Yeah.
I can see why people bounce off the desert, like the Soul Canyon, quite dramatically. Like I do understand that. But I never once, like every time I go back there, I had a new power up, right? So I'd kind of go and like find some of the shrines or collect some green shit that I couldn't collect before. So like I don't know. I've never like had so much. No, I agree, like 100%. But I've never had so much like doubt about how I felt about a game, like I do with this game. Like, am I just too Metroid pilled at this point? Like, there's definitely things that are shit about it, 100%, and that's why it's like in my eyes not a 10. But yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah.
We should move on.
Each their own. Yeah, I'm conscious we're only on the first game. We got a lot more to get through. Do we want to keep just going through your list, James, or do we want to go through each number's 5? I didn't put enough thought into this ahead of time.
Maybe just peel through each 5, maybe. Each person's 5.
Go for it, James. Give us your 4.
Okay, let me open up my chat. After that was Ball Pit or Ball X Pit.
Okay.
Mm.
Is this a more recent entry?
obviously it was. It came out. I don't think we
Came
could.
out for a reason.
It was after the Game
This is
Awards.
the
I think
first I've
cut
heard
off.
you specifically talk about it, so I figured.
Yeah, because I like hit it really fucking hard. In my, when did it come out?
September, October, somewhere around there.
month.
Yeah, end of October on Switch 2. So that's
Yeah.
when I picked it up. And I don't know, like there's something about that game. Like I just could not stop playing it. Like I know a lot of people are like kind of over the roguelike situation, but I feel like this game kind of takes that formula a lot and really like flips it in a way that I kind of wasn't expecting. And to make a game that's basically Pong but like super engaging, super fast paced, I really fucking loved it. I think it was a really, really nice surprise. And I just put 25 hours into it in like less than a week quite easily.
Nice.
So it's just, really addictive, really good music, incredible, I don't want to say story, but incredible sound, really good meta, like just being able to like kind of put these different like abilities together and just break shit in a similar way to Vampire Survivor, but it feels a lot more like I was the same with Vampire Survivor. I adored that game and I just sunk so many hours into it so quickly. But I feel like with Ball Pit, it's the same kind of thing, but I feel like Ball Pit is a little bit more, I don't want to say intelligent, but you have to think about what you're doing a little bit more in Ball Pit, and I really, really valued that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is it fair to say it's like the Balatro of this year? Is it kind of, or is it more akin to Vampire Survivors?
Balatro in what way? Like, do you mean just because it's like an addictive indie game, or like because?
Well, it's kind of like a riff on like an otherwise kind of familiar game, and like all those kind of
I'd say
combos
it's
and the
that
way that they
or-
sort of stack and stuff. That are kind of.
I'd say it's the
that or
Vampire
Clover
Survivors
Pit,
of this
I
year.
think.
Can I say that?
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't got to Clover Pit. I really want to. But yeah, it's
Yeah, it's one I'm still to get to, and based on everyone's description of it, it kind of sounds like it's the kind of game that I'm going to regret not having got to earlier for the sake of discussions such as this. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. What about number 3?
Number 3 is. I'm gonna go with. Oh my god, Brody's probably like cringe. I'm gonna go with Death Stranding 2.
Okay, I wondered where it was going to land.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Quite a bump up for Hades.
Don't spoil Brody. Wow.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, so again, another game that I loved. Obviously, that's the whole point. I played almost 60 games this year, so this is to make it the top 5. I feel like that's quite a feat, right?
Yeah.
Death Stranding, I obviously got to play it earlier. That was like a super special like thing for me, but I also just being able to kind of experience the first half of that story in the way that I did. I mean, maybe it changed my opinion of the game, but like I genuinely feel it's just such a cool mystery, and being able to play it in such an isolated way, which is kind of ironic given what the game is about, but being able to like not talk to anyone really about it and just kind of like make your own conclusions and connections about everything that's going on, and then seeing how it all comes together at the end, and being right was also quite nice. I feel like I'm on the same wavelength as Kojima. Yeah, I will admit the game is easier than Death Stranding 1, and I think definitely if you can kind of min-max the fun out of it a lot easier than you could in the first game. But I think just the way it all comes together at the end, which is also going to be, I guess, the tipping point for a lot of people, but it really hit for me, and I really like the way that it all landed. And I just think nobody, like Kojima he has his own style, and it's definitely not for everyone, but I just think that style is just so unmatched, just in the way that he tells stories and stuff. And yeah, I really, really love Death Stranding 2.
Yeah. It's Death Stranding 2 makes my list as well. I won't reveal quite where yet. But yeah, for all the reasons you described, I think because it's a little bit more approachable, that was what made it more enjoyable for me, not
100%.
having kind of gotten into the first. And I think like the way that its story was crafted as well, like was an easy enough to kind of jump in point, but obviously seemed to be very kind of impactful for those that had already kind of gone on that earlier journey in the first game. But yeah, it had, I thought, great pacing to it. It really like ebbed and flowed. There was some really interesting characters in there, including some new ones, and Despite the kind of size of the cast, everyone was kind of given their moment, and there were some really sort of spectacular kind of scenes within there as well. And the ending, yes, like bombastic and ridiculous, and I think like Kojima just kind of includes stuff somewhat in games because he wants to, or to be cool, or there's some sort of message behind it. Doesn't, or it's like stitched together in a nice, neat way. But I was surprised at just like how like all the loose threads kind of got tied up by the end of this game. Like I didn't feel like I was left at the end with like any kind of questions or confusion. Like I thought it told a quite like the story kind of went from A to B in a way that I wasn't quite.
I think it's like
expecting.
it's out there,
There were
but
some zigs and zags along the way.
it
but-
makes. I think it makes complete because a lot of people are like, oh, Kojima, none of it makes sense. But I don't.
Yeah,
I've never felt that
this game
first of all.
does,
But also,
yeah.
I feel like this game does. It operates very well within the rules that it established in
Yeah.
the first game.
And I think that was good. Like it established a lot of the lore and stuff. It didn't have to explain all that to you. It was all in there. Like if you wanted to dig into it a little bit more, you could find the explanations in there. But I thought it was really well done. I surprised myself with how much I enjoyed this game. Anyhow, that was Death Stranding 2 at number 3 on your list. What was number 2?
I'm going to tell you number 2, but first you have to
are you
pause.
throwing to
Brady's
an ad break?
You have to
Oh
pause.
no, I
Brady's
did pause
upload.
his upload. It's all good. I got
Okay.
that sorted.
And he's still struggling.
Hopefully it's-
Yeah, okay. Hopefully I see
Hopefully it's
his
less choppy for you now, bro.
beautiful face soon.
Fingers crossed.
And toes. Number 2 is Hades 2, which was an incredible game. I think the way it happened in terms of like kind of dropping within a week it didn't make me appreciate it as much, I think, as I wanted to, because I kind of felt the need to just get through it. But I have since spent a lot more time with it, and I just think it is such an incredible improvement on the first game in like practically every way. And the way that it almost doubles the amount of content there is, and none of it feels like shit or filler. All the new gods or the new boons are incredible. The art is great. The story is cool. Like learning, I know a lot of people might not be this far, but as an example, like learning about, say, Dora, her backstory, like that was a really cool moment. And all of the gods have really cool moments the more you kind of learn about them. I think it's genuinely Supergiant at their best. Is it Supergiant? It is Supergiant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Chorus. That was one of my favorite games, but they just like topped that with Hades for me, and Hades 2 like is far and away like my favorite game of theirs, and I like can't wait to see what they do next. And even if they did Hades 3, like I wouldn't
What was
be
the
mad.
game you said?
Yeah, did
Chorus?
you say core?
Was it Chorus? What was it? Oh no, Transistor. Why did I think Chorus?
Yeah.
It's because it's like it has choral music, right? Maybe.
I think, and also the art style like has very similar sort of vibes.
Kind of.
Particularly like the character
Yeah, I know.
illustrations.
Yeah, Transistor, the one with the sword, and you're like an opera singer or something.
Yeah.
Opera singer, chorus. Can you see the links? That's how I got
Yes.
there. But yeah, I adored it, and I like Hades 3. Like, I if that were to be a thing, I wouldn't be upset. I think they can continue to expand this formula. I think they've really proven it. I would also argue they've inspired, and I don't want to say roguelikes was a genre that they inspired, but I think a lot of games became roguelikes after Hades, and I think rightly so. And Hades 2 kind of reminds you of why the first game was so influential in that way. So
Even more so than just like kind of roguelike. I think like the way that the kind of character movement and combat, and I think speaking firsthand, like Hades has inspired a lot of devs. But even with that happening, they found ways to kind of iterate and improve on the formula for Hades 2. It's a game that I've kind of gotten to late for sort of game of the year consideration. And it's not made my top 5, but it is like, it's rapidly made my top 10. And I think kind of vying for places kind of higher up that list as well. It's actually the kind of game that like I'm trying to get through Metroid Prime, but I keep getting pulled back to Hades. Like I just kind of want to play more and more Hades. And another game that I'll mention later on as well. But very special game. Have you played much Hades 2, Brody? Did it feature in?
No, not really. Not in mine, but I've played maybe 40 minutes to an hour of it, and I could see the potential, obviously. Like, I played a bit more than that of Hades 1. I'd never finished it, but I can definitely see the appeal to that sort of core loop that just keeps you coming back, but keeps the story developing and gives you a reason to want to keep going. Like, even if you feel like you're bashing your head against a wall, like roguelikes tend to be for me.
Yeah. The one thing I wanted to say on that as well is that every time you do kind of go back to the crossroads, like, I'm almost kind of excited to be back there because you're going to like have a new conversation that you've not had, or there's going to be some new upgrades that you can see for the first time, or obviously something you've been working towards. But like at least kind of in the early sort of stages of the game, I don't quite know how it evolves yet, but I feel like it's constantly throwing things at you to try and experiment with or unlock. Like, I know roguelikes can kind of scare people off a little bit for the kind of structure of the game, but I think this is a pretty kind of approachable one to dive into because it does just kind of continuously progress you forward with each run. James, number 1. Have you muted yourself again? Are you coughing? Like, why are you chucking yourself on mute all the time?
I'm a little bit husky. I'm getting over the 3 things that I was carrying when I was in Melbourne. Yeah. Number 1, the best game ever, obviously. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
No, should have seen that coming.
Yeah, just an incredible game. So fun, so joyous, so clever for how simple it is. I just really respect that they didn't just do Odyssey, but with DK, like they created this game that kind of plays to DK's strengths, like literally as a character. Like, I just think it's it's just a cool game, and it just keeps getting better, keeps throwing cool shit at you, and it was just I don't want to say it's the only game like this, but it was one of the games where I distinctly remember being upset every time I finished a layer because like I knew I was getting close to the end, like, and then the way that it all comes together at the end for like a Donkey Kong fan, if you know, you know. I'm not going to spoil it just in case. Yes, I know some people haven't played it yet. Just some incredible, like, one of the best final acts of, like, a game, like, ever. Just so fucking cool. And that really stayed with me. I mean, maybe that's a recency thing. But I just think it was such a really fucking strong game for the Switch 2 and for the Nintendo team. I love it. I think it's so good in every way. So, yeah.
I must admit, I've kind of fallen out of Donkey Kong Bonanza, just like never felt compelled to go back. I don't know. They just kind of got to a point where I was like, I'm kind of done just smashing.
Ewan's just like, fuck stuff. You, James.
Yeah, literally.
I'm not trying to be contrarian, but I just like...
yeah, you are. We have different brains, I guess.
It sounds like I'm doing myself an injustice by not getting to that final act. I must be like a stone's throw away. Like,
where are you at in
stack
that?
Of the game. It's been
there's like
that
the
long
beach
since I picked
or the
it up,
racing
I can't remember.
Or the carnival layer.
Oh, maybe none of those sound familiar.
Have you got the snake yet?
No, I don't think so.
God.
Oh, maybe I have. Maybe I just got the snake.
The elephant?
Got the elephant. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's so good. It's so clever. You don't. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just eventually lost interest. Different games speak to us for different reasons, James. I'm sorry.
Different strokes.
I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it and I'll report. There's a few. Yeah. There's still plenty of games I want to get to, but Bonanza I'll get to. Brody, I think it's time for you, sir. Do you want to give us your top 5?
Yep, my top 5. Number 5, Ball Pit. Nice. Like James has already said, yeah, it's just one of those real crackish roguelikes that doesn't really let its hooks out. Like, it's just the genuine one more run sort of game, and like it's so digestible, and in that sense, like it doesn't disrespect your time. I feel like anytime you complete a run, like you're either building your town up or getting something out of it. It's another one of those that, you get something out of and it respects your time, which I appreciate as someone who is rather time poor. So we've already spoken about Ball Pit a bit, so I'll push on through. Clair Obscur was number 4.
Hell yeah.
Admittedly, not a game I finished, but I've played more than enough of it to feel like I can make the call that that game was something special. Like, you need only look back to the Game Awards where it just about won every damn thing it was up for. Yeah, very cool setting, great performances. Probably for me, like the most palatable style of turn-based combat that I've played in a game like that. What they did with the parries and stuff was pretty special, I think. And yeah, just the world was really cool, and like, yeah, it just felt alive, like with how it was painterly and all that sort of stuff.
I think like right from the onset, like Claire Obscure like got its hooks in me like right away. Like that opening kind of sequence is just spectacular, and I think like adds all this heart and like mystery to the game and sets it up so well that you kind of know you're in for a ride right from the outset, and then what it kind of continued to do with characters, the kind of twists and turns that it has. I think the score is like one of the best kind of video game scores in recent memory for me.
And so long, like there's like 100 tracks or something.
Yeah,
like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like when it hits in some of those boss fights as well, just absurd. So yeah, it's high up my list as well.
Yeah, like there's a particular track from like the Flying Waters part. That's just it's a banger. It's like Goblu or something like that. Like really good song. Number 3, Citizen Sleeper 2. I was a really big fan of the first Citizen Sleeper, which I don't know if I've been that vocal about. Like I feel like I've mentioned it a few times. Really great CRPG for anyone that likes those sort of things. Some of the best writing that I've experienced in a game. Like, and yeah, just the paths that game can take and the character work that they put out. I think it's another real special game. And the sequel, obviously, is more of that again, and they make some pretty significant inclusions to the gameplay loop. Like, they've got like all the stresses and things like that, which add a bit more tension to the gameplay and makes it feel like there's definitely more consequences than I think the first one did. Yeah, just a real special game. Great narrative. If you're into your CRPGs and you haven't tried Citizen Sleeper or Citizen Sleeper 2, they're not necessarily connected. Like, there are characters that come back. So, I mean, you could play either of them and, I guess, have a self-contained experience is what I'm saying. So, if you haven't tried it, try it. Number 2, again, not a game that I've finished yet, but I've spoken to you guys at length about it, and I do need to get back to it. And I played about 20-odd hours of it. Death Stranding 2. Again, just a special game. Loved the first game. I think the only reason I finished that one as quickly as I did was because I was reviewing it. Like, I feel like I'm not preferring, I guess, to take my time with this because I would have liked to play a bit more than I have, but it's nice to not have to, just drive my way through it and kind of burn out on it, I suppose. So, like, I'm enjoying digesting it slowly. Yeah, and obviously getting to go to, like, the Strands of Harmony thing this year, like, it sort of... It did spell out a few things for me story-wise towards the end of 2 that have been ruined for me a little bit, I think. But that said, yeah, it sort of only demonstrated like how special this series is. To James's point, I think he said earlier, like that no one does it like Kojima, and he's just kind of like a unique kind of beast. So
yeah, that being said, and I think we've spoken about this already in the past, like I don't feel like I'm hankering for another Death Stranding. Like I think it kind of like ended in a good spot.
Yeah, but I'm definitely keen to see what OD is like, because especially like how he talks about that, like that could genuinely be anything, and I have no doubt that it'll be something special as well. So, and my number 1 game, which if you've paid attention to my reviews in the last couple of months, you probably know, Dispatch. Dispatch, I love it a lot. Yeah, as a fan of like those original Telltale games, like this is every bit as good as those, and it's just like a triumph of. It's effectively like a playable TV show. Like it feels like an Amazon original. The animation is tremendous. The character performances are tremendous. The writing is great. And yeah, another one of those where like you can play it multiple times, get different things out of it depending on what you want to do. So yeah, I highly recommend you play Dispatch if you haven't, and I certainly hope we get a second season out of it because that game rules.
That's another game that I sort of feel like had I had more time to kind of play all the games that I wanted, that would have been another one that kind of I suspect would have snuck into contention. But yeah, hopefully I find some time over the summer. I was actually pitching to my fiance that like we approach it like a TV show. Like we actually need to watch something.
I genuinely think
she could. To watch at the moment.
She would more than enjoy watching you play it.
Yeah. And even like, I presumably it gives you opportunities to kind of make a decision, and we could argue about what that decision is, right? That was kind of my thinking. Yeah, cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. We've got all quite different lists here. This is
coming to
cool
Switch now next year, next month actually. Wow. Yeah. What do you think of it being a portable game? Like, is it the kind of game where you can kind of like put it down after like, I don't know, 40 minutes or something and come back to it, or not?
That's the good thing. I feel like the episodes were rather like television length, like 45 minutes to an hour. Like you sort of get through them pretty quickly. So there's 8 of them. So like I think it is. I think it would suit like an hour transit or hour commute, that sort of thing. So
because I was gonna wait and maybe play it on my lunch breaks or something.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Either way, it is. It's like a show. Like you probably, if you have to pause near the end of an episode, that's probably going to be hard. And definitely good. I don't know. I think towards the end you'll find it hard to just play an episode and put it down, because I feel like the cliffhangers are really good, and I really wanted to just keep powering through. But I think it'd be a good fit for the Switch.
Nice. That could be a good shout. I'm spending a lot of time on my Switch at the moment. All right, my top 5. You ready to get mad with me? My 5th game was Battlefield 6.
That's
fair. I'm a big Battlefield fan, and it's kind of been in a bit of a rough spot for the last however many years. But Battlefield 6 was like a real like return to form. I think it clearly showed they'd been paying a lot of attention to the community and kind of doubling down on what worked, and where they did decide to kind of experiment, do something a bit new. I think that proved to be really quite rewarding. But some of the best maps I can kind of recall in a Battlefield game recently. I think the way that they've sort of balanced the classes have been fantastic, and it's just like such a technical achievement for me. Like, it's the first time I played one on console from day dot as opposed to PC, and I was just blown away like how it worked at all and the way that it did on PS5. Like, it's quite a spectacle. Truthfully, like, I lost interest in the campaign really quickly. So all my kind of praise for the game is being heaped into the multiplayer, but it's just a game I've just found myself coming back to like time and time again since its release. And it's waylaid me from playing a bunch of other games that I otherwise would have enjoyed, but only because I just had that much fun diving in, both solo or in a squad. Number 4 was Death Stranding 2 for me. We've spoken already, but real special game. So definitely deserved a place in my top 5. Number 3, different one, Dune Awakening, which I've kind of been banging on all through about the year about.
I'm so keen to play this when it comes to consoles.
A bit of a joke. But it is a fantastic game. It is like so system dense. I was surprised with how much I was getting into the story. I thought the way they approached the IP and turned that into game systems or game mechanics like totally made sense, and really, I don't know, like the whole PvE element of it in trying to survive in the desert. It's very much kind of core to the experience. And yeah, I really like the approach they took, and I've spent an awful lot of time playing this game, and I can see it being one I played for many more hours yet, given the way they continue to kind of support it as well. But yeah, fantastic game. Number 2 for me, Expedition 33, as we've already mentioned. Yeah, not usually a big turn-based guy, but this did it for me. I think they're just the simple mechanic of having kind of dodges and parries whilst you are awaiting your turn was a really kind of smart choice that just made it feel much more dynamic and kept me engaged. The lack of attention that I have. And obviously, yeah, like fantastic storytelling in there as well, which is usually something I look for in games. But number 1 for me, yet to have been mentioned from any of you, was Hollow Knight Silksong. Didn't really get into the first Hollow Knight all that much. I found it a little kind of slow and, lack of a better term, tedious. But this one felt really fast paced. I really got absorbed into the world. Some of the boss fights as well just had me absolutely just shouting and screaming and swearing, but I was constantly just going back and back and back and throwing myself at the challenges and that was in there. And yeah, I think just a really cool game, and truthfully kind of more of the kind of Metroidvania I've sort of been looking for this year. Yeah, I think it's kind of almost like a follow-on from how much I enjoyed Prince of Persia last year. I was you got to play something like that again this year, and Hollow Knight Silksong delivered on that immensely. So yeah, really special game, and yeah, struggling to put it down even still. But yeah, that's our top fives, all quite varied. I'm sure everyone else's will have been too, so I'm interested to see how the top 10 all come together. Did Hollow Knight feature in your top 10s at all? Yeah, okay. I see.
No.
No? Oh, it didn't. Okay.
Sorry, I misread the question.
I'm worried it might not.
Can I give you my other five? Can I give you my other five just as honourable mentions?
If you really want to, yeah.
Why?
I'm just worried. I mean, there's still plenty of other people that have voted. I don't think it's going to spoil anything. But
no, it won't. No, it definitely won't. So my next five were Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Again, just the other games were just more incredible for me. Silent Hill F, Claire Obscure was there. Yeah. Routine snuck in at the last minute. Love that game. I think it's super underrated. I think it's going to be super underrated. It needs to get sound design for next year, I swear, but I probably won't. It's a December game. And then Chronos: The New Dawn. That was my top 10.
Oh, nice. I'm glad Chronos got looking. That's very good.
Not really, but yeah. It was
looking in your list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a different set of five in mind, so I'm very curious to see how this shook Apparody. Maybe we need to discuss the math.
I'll tell you after the show
somewhat when it comes to it. All right,
I've been asking for the points for 2 weeks, and he just hands it over
about
you
5 days.
It feels like 2 weeks. That's how bated my breath is. Anyway,
we'll be waiting patiently. All right, let's wind the clock back, though, about 12 months, thereabout, a little less, to our first show of the year when we put in our 2025 predictions. We went around this circle, but Shannon included as well, and gave kind of 3 or 4 things that we thought were surefire bets to happen in 2025. Maybe not surefire, maybe some a little bit wishful thinking. But I've got the list here. James actually found my notes, so I've got it as I wrote them at the time, but I don't think it'll differentiate much from your list, having listened back to the episode. Brody, do you want to start with yours? Shall I read you your predictions?
Sure. I'll tell you how I think
so. You predicted GTA 6 will slip, but we'll get an announcement for Half-Life 3.
Oh, I lost it at the end there, didn't I?
That extra little bit at the end, yeah. James, if you agree though, I'm willing to award half a point there because obviously Grand Theft Auto 6 did slip.
Okay.
Thank you, Ewan. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
There's a bit of lag coming through on Brody's end, but he's accepting the point. Your second prediction was Xbox Developer Direct in January. Surprise, one more thing, will be a full remaster of Oblivion. I don't know if it was specifically at that event, but
I was in Japan when this happened, so that was April-ish for Death Stranding.
It was April. Again, I'll accept a half point.
I don't think that is a half point this time because it's the prediction is more about
you're right.
The reveal than the game.
Okay.
So, bump. Sorry. This one could be contentious though. Marathon launch will struggle to gain traction, fail to find an audience, I think was the prediction.
I think that implies that it
you
launches
could argue
at all.
that was very much true. It didn't gain any traction at all because it didn't launch. It did not find an audience whatsoever. James, your take on that prediction, is that a half point? Is that a full point?
No, we've already been so lenient with Brody's points, in my opinion. So
is that, are you saying a 0?
That's a 0. It didn't launch this year.
I guess the premise of the prediction is null and
All right.
void by that.
We'll keep this
yeah.
spirit up. We'll keep this spirit up.
we will.
Australia will experience a high-profile game that's refused classification. Was your final prediction?
That didn't happen
Can't
either.
think of one. Yeah.
No, it didn't. Silent Hill did, but I guess I think we have to pay that.
That's high profile to James.
It was quickly rectified.
It's a
but I
triple
guess
A
it
game
was.
though. Like that's a. I feel
It's
like
a
that.
high-profile game.
It's a game that came out at AAA in box copies. So like, just give them that point. It's fun.
Yes.
All right. Well, that nets you 1.5 points in total, Brandy. Well
Congrats.
done.
Yeah.
Given how this usually goes, I think 1.5 points is pretty good. All right. How about we go mine next? Grand Theft Auto 6 will trump sales of GTA 5 and be lauded as the biggest entertainment release of all time. It will, however, fall short of hitting a 97 Metacritic score achieved by GTA 5. Look, none of that.
That could still be
so
true. You're just a year too early.
Yeah, maybe I just carry that prediction over into next year. The Nintendo Switch 2 will finally launch this year, and before the year is out, Hollow Knight Silksong will be available on the console. I reckon that's a full fat point right there. It's crazy to think that, like, a year ago, we weren't confident that the Switch 2 was coming out. Like, how times changed.
Seems
that
crazy.
all seems to come out really quick. Okay, this one might need some research. The critical reception to the Minecraft movie will be surprisingly good. Closer to the Super Mario Bros. Movie on Rotten Tomatoes than Borderlands. Does anyone know what it got on Rotten Tomatoes?
I pasted it in the thing.
Did you?
A Minecraft movie got 48.
48. Okay.
Mario was 59 and Borderlands was 10.
Oh yeah,
that's a point.
That's a point.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
How did that get 48? That's fucking whack.
I think it just had the weird factor that just kind of carried it a little bit.
It was the chicken jockey or whatever the fuck it was.
Chicken jockey. Let's not remind ourselves of that. And my final prediction was that Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra will be delayed out of 2025.
That's a point.
Nailed that too.
Yeah.
So that's 3 points for your boy there. Pretty happy.
For your boy.
James and Brody, I'll need you to adjudicate on this somewhat as well. Nintendo Switch 2 launch in May/June, and it will have a Mario game and a Metroid at launch.
Are you counting Mario Kart? Was it Mario and a Metroid?
Yeah, he said both.
Then no. Sorry.
No.
Half a point.
Okay, good. Yeah, relax. Cool.
Half a point.
Half a point.
Because you got June and Mario. I think that's half a point. That's fine.
Yeah, I was wondering 0.66 recurring, or let's just go to half a point. Death Stranding 2 will release in 2025, but Ghost of Yote will slip.
Half a point.
Yes, that's another
I'm reluctant to give half a point for that one, if I'm being honest.
No, fuck off. No. We need to, from now on, no more double prong predictions, so we don't have this in the future, obviously.
It is confusing.
It needs to be
but
a
in this
single... I agree.
Yeah.
You really went after Yote, didn't you?
Because it was fucking not coming out, man. It ruined my whole fantasy critic. But yes, anyway.
I think we can maybe
go.
allow double prong predictions, but no half point. So we could do that. We could just go, no. You're going
that's a
all
next
in,
year
or...
rule. In this instance, half a point.
Yeah. Fable getting pushed out of 2025, and the only game from Microsoft's first-party internal studios is a Forza or a Gears game. That's another half point, isn't it?
Well, was Fable ever in 2025? I don't know. But anyway.
It was. Yes, it was.
Okay.
I think it was included in a sizzle reel or something for 2025.
Yeah.
It was always
was it given. No. Okay.
You guys are just being so.
No. Well, if that's the case, then I think that's a half point for Fable, because I think Microsoft definitely put out more stuff than a Gears this year. So
I don't think they did they?
South of Midnight,
internal. Does that? No, I meant
now you're moving the goalposts.
No, I know. I'm actually cheating myself. Well, no, I meant the Coalition and Turn 10 and stuff, their internal studios, the ones. That
I think it needs said that a Forza or a Gears game didn't come out.
Well, Gears
remastered. Yeah, Reloaded did.
Very technically.
Yeah.
Look, you guys can decide the points on that.
I don't know.
It's
I think
very
that's.
messy.
I think half is fine.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Oh,
cares?
actually, I just realized what this means for the scoring.
Well, if he's got 3 half points, he's not going to get... He'll fall half a point short of you, and it's okay.
Yeah. I was
he
more
gets the next one, I'm
thinking
pretty
for you,
sure.
Brody. But yeah,
Oh, I'm
RE9 will be revealed. Was your final prediction? And Jill and Leon will be playable characters. It's coming early 2026. You're like
That's two-thirds
out of 3
two-thirds of a
there,
point.
or like
That's two-thirds
3
of
out
a
of
point.
4. Yeah.
About 2 years ago, that was true, and they've obviously changed their plans, which is frustrating.
That's two-thirds of a
Do
point.
we reckon there's still a chance that Jill gets announced?
No, it's gone. It's
No.
it's Jill, it's Grace and Leon. Mark my words. I think he's actually said.
No,
So-
Jill. Yeah.
Nah, poor
That's
Jill.
a shame. Is that a half point then again, Brody? What is that
Sure.
saying? Yeah. So that half point's all round there.
A generous
so
half point.
that carries you to 2 points in total. Let's review Shannon's now then, and we can all just pile on him seeing as he's not here.
Wait
The
till you hear
Switch
them.
successor will have some sort of gimmicky accessory, e.g. a second screen.
I mean, it had the mouse.
It has the
No.
mouse, although that's not an accessory, I would say. It does have the camera. I feel like the camera could be a gimmicky
Look,
accessory.
let's give the bitch a half point.
Okay. All
He'll
right.
need one. Yeah, look
Yeah.
the other ones.
Yeah.
Fair point.
I can't wait for GTA to
his-
come to Switch too.
Yeah, GTA
This year.
6 will be a launch game for Switch 2, is his second prediction.
That's like -2.
Is there any?
Oh,
they haven't
Shani.
announced
All
any
you can
plans
do
for
is
it to
laugh.
come to Switch 2, have they?
Didn't he predict that for the TGAs as well?
Did he?
like-
He always he thought GTA would be announced for Switch 2.
He
yeah.
loves a GTA prediction. Loves it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good content, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, his final prediction, I don't know what happened to his fourth, was a new Ape Escape game will be revealed.
He was that confident with those two that he thought I only need one more.
James, you listened back to the episode. Did he have a fourth prediction? Is my list inaccurate? Or did
No,
he
so
only
he
submit
actually
3?
also wasn't there for that episode. So we're like,
Oh,
fuck
he
you, you only get
submitted them.
3. Yeah, he gave them
right.
to me. So
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right. Okay.
Well-
he only had
Alright,
3.
Only fitting he's not here again.
There was an
today
Ape
to receive
Escape
his
mode
1 point.
in Metal Gear Solid, so he could get a half point there.
He does no, fuck off. That's not what he meant in any capacity.
Yeah. So how that netted out, Shannon
Well done,
on
you.
1 point, James on 2, Brody on 1.5. Sorry, I'm doing this out of order. James, you came in second place. And then, me with 3, surprisingly. On fire with my predictions
puppy.
this year. All right, last thing we need to do to check in on 2025 and the year that was in gaming is have a look at our fantasy critic. For the uninitiated, at the start of the year, we all participated in a fantasy critic. We formed a publisher, like a team of our own, and we had to decide what 10 games we were going to publish that year and kind of bid on them. And so I guess the kind of idea is like if you're playing fantasy football, you're a coach of a team. In this situation, we're like the board of directors at a game publisher, and we're deciding
That's
which
such a messy
games
explanation.
we're gonna publish. I think that's the gist of it, though, right?
Yeah.
So in reverse order from last to first, I came last with 109.51 points. I think what did me really dirty was counterpicking Claire Obscure Expedition 33, so I lost all the points that game received, and my rationale was that it was an ambitious debut game from a studio, and I was like, this looks too good to be true, but it turned out to be as good as it looked. The other thing that really stung me was that I picked Marathon, and someone counter-picked that, so I couldn't drop it. So when it didn't come out this year, I netted 0 points from that. In third place, Brody, we
Here's your
had
boy.
you. How do you think your year went?
Look, at the start of the year, I felt good about the team I was fielding. I felt very good. I think I was projected to almost win at the start. But the wheels fell off. There was a few accusations of cheating that came up. Whether they're true or not, I really don't think they were. We'll let the jury decide. But, I don't know. Like, I felt pretty good about it. Slay the Spire 2 fucked me because that didn't come out.
And I counter-picked that.
You
I'm
counterpicked
sorry.
it, which locked it into my list, which sucked. I counterpicked an, at the time, untitled Donkey Kong platformer, which I thought there's no shot that's fucking coming out. Then Bonanza exists and absolutely fucking crushes it. So yeah, look, it just wasn't the year for me, and a lot of underwhelming picks that didn't do quite as much as I thought. I thought a Sid Meier's Civilization 7 would speak to the sim nerds. Only got me 9 points. South of Midnight only got me 7. So, you know, there's a few weak entries there. I think I was the only person that didn't have a game that hit 90s, like in the Open Critic. Like, I didn't have a single game that hit 90s. So
I had 2 that landed bang on 90. One was Death Stranding 2. One was Blueprints. I was pretty happy with those. Elden Ring, Night Rain, like a FromSoft game, only getting an 80, so that netted me 10 points. That hurt me. And the other thing I forgot is I picked GTA, but obviously that got delayed out of the year as well. I reckon had a GTA landed, it could have been a bit of a different story. But
yeah, you might have come third.
Might have come third. Yeah, I actually did the math, and if I hadn't counter-picked Clear Obscura, but got something that had 0 points, I would have come third. But it didn't actually make all that big a difference. James, you came second with 151.88 points. That obviously means Shannon came in first.
I'm glad he doesn't get to be here to gloat.
I'm glad he doesn't be here. No, he barely understood the rules of the game going into it, and somehow he's come out on top. It's bloody typical.
He won purely because he picked the wrong Ninja Gaiden.
I reckon he's got an uncle that works. Yeah, I forgot he did that. Yeah, I reckon he's got an uncle that works at Nintendo because he picked the then unannounced 3D Donkey Kong game and counterpicked the Mario. So he knew what Nintendo were doing this year, I reckon.
It is suspicious.
We talked about DK a lot, like when I was in Japan. So really, it's my points that I should forget Donkey Kong. It was clear they were doing something because of the way the theme parks were set up and the stores. Like there was clearly space for DK.
Planted the seed in his head.
Something, yeah. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I still want to take the credit for that. But yeah, fuck him.
Where do you think it kind of netted out between the two of you, James?
My big fuck up was I was so sure Odyssey 2 was the thing, and I picked that even though it doesn't exist. I knew that if it did exist and got reviewed, which it would be very high scoring. And then the one that really fucked me was I really thought Ghost of Yotei wasn't coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I really thought, like, Sony's never, like, announced a date for one of their first-party games and, like, really stuck to... I mean, maybe they've changed now, but in the past, right? Like, I feel like everything always got pushed back a little bit, so...
Yeah. Had it not already been delayed once or twice, though, Ghost of Yotei?
No, not at the beginning of the year.
No, okay. Fair enough.
It got dated when I was in Japan, so that was all like April. So we decided all this in January, so it didn't have a date.
Yeah, fair point.
So I was like, no, it's not coming out.
I forget where we were in that point in time. You also picked Split Fiction and Clear Obscura Expedition 33, which turned out to be 2 very good picks. So yeah, well done. I'm looking forward to playing that again next year. I guess maybe our first or second episode back, we should get that locked in. We are starting to arrive towards the end of the show, though. I do have a rapid-fire question for you both before we get there. Wraps and rewinds and all that sort of thing have been coming out. I even got an email from Limebike giving me my stats for the year. But I'm curious about your video game stats. PlayStation do one, Steam does one. I think Xbox kind of does their own thing. I'm not sure. I haven't seen mine personally. But what were you being told by the data that be was your most played game this year? I can start.
I'm checking my Steam one. Maybe go.
Oh, I should check my Nintendo, actually. 2 seconds.
I'm working off my PlayStation 1. I haven't actually checked my Steam one. But my PlayStation 1 was actually Death Stranding 2. I played 74 hours of that game, supposedly. Which I think a lot of it was spent running missions for the lone commander, trying to get a silenced sniper rifle. I spent far too much time doing that.
Yeah, and it probably made the rest of the whole game like incredibly
well,
easy.
The thing is, like, by the time I actually got it, I had done progressed the game an awful long far, and I didn't really have many combat sequences thereafter, so I don't think I used it at all. It was a bit of a waste of time.
So
Brody, have
mine,
you got yours? Oh no, James, go for it.
mine is officially. I'm just scrolling. Do you know I played? Yeah, I played at least 65 games this year. That's hectic.
Wild.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, 101 hours played
Wow.
Wow.
in February.
I had no idea you played so much Kingdom Come. There you go.
It's very good. It should have got best RPG. But I know that's controversial. But you're actually role playing in it. That's the whole. Like it's anyway.
Yeah.
It's another.
Fair.
That's another. Yeah. Anyway.
Brody, what was yours?
According to True Achievements, which is basically a summation of Xbox stuff, it doesn't look like Steam really moved the needle for me this year looking at that Wrapped. So it looks like I played Assassin's Creed Shadows for 140 hours, which I don't believe is...
Wow.
That can't possibly be true.
Really?
No. Well, that... Again, I'm saying it's probably not true, but...
That's what, you leave your Xbox... You're always online, though. Like, when I'm on
true.
at, like, 2 a.m., you're on, and I assume you leave your Xbox on a lot.
That does sound
You're
like
not
someone
awake.
leaving a console.
Look, that's probably not my most played game, but the stats are the stats. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Stats, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my Steam one at the moment. Does it actually tell you your playtime?
No, it seems kind of shit. It's all
sometimes.
percentages.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying.
Apparently some demo was like my most played thing on Steam.
June Awakening was mine there with 63% of my total playtime on Steam this
That's
year.
weird. Why don't they give you hours or minutes?
I still
Yeah.
think Assassin's Creed would have been mine, because I mean, I played that for about 60 hours, I think, which is definitely more than I would have played
Yeah,
most
that's like
things.
unheard of for you.
I know. That's fucking wild.
That's not even the best.
It's because you couldn't do it. You were away.
Ah, yes, I was.
Yeah.
Sorry about
So
that.
I got
guess.
saddled with it.
I did play a lot
yeah.
of Shadows. That was probably reasonably high up my list as well. Good game. All right, now it's time for What the Wiki, the Press Start podcast game show where the previous week's winner reads part of a Wikipedia page for an unknown game, and we, the contestants, must guess the game. A point is awarded for each correct guess, with the round ending after someone's bagged themselves 2 points. As last week's winner, I'll be in the hosting chair today. I think there's a good chance that this is our last episode of the year. Looking at the calendar, a week today is Christmas, believe it or not. So I imagine that's going to be tricky for us to wrangle a recording. And then is kind of the New Year's sort of period as well. So we might be having a couple of weeks off from this episode. So this is the decider for What the Wiki, and it has come down to a decider because James and Brody, you were in the box seat today, and James, you were just 1 point clear of Brody. You were on 38 points, Brody, you're on 37. Either which way, I've secured a podium placement here, but just seeing as I was very much in contention earlier this season, I'm a little bit disappointed with that. But nonetheless, we need to decide a winner today. Will James, as the undefeated champion of What the Wiki, see out what I think is like a 5th consecutive year, or will Brody finally be able to knock
Put it
him
this way,
down?
Put it this way, if James like just sweeps me here and you answer
Yeah.
the trivia question, you'll be equal second, baby.
I didn't think about that.
There you go.
Didn't
And
think
it'd be an
about that.
honor to share it with you.
Yeah. Maybe I should have thought more about that. Anyhow, here is game number 1. The game is a top-down shooter game that is divided into numerous segments presented as acts and scenes. Brody.
Hotline Miami?
It's not Hotline Miami, no. In each chapter, the player is tasked with defeating every enemy with melee and ranged attacks. Additional methods available to the player include knocking out enemies with a door and finishing moves. Each stage has a varied design composed of large open rooms with many ways for enemies to approach the player. End of paragraph. Most chapters have the player take control of a different character. Most chapters have the player take control of a different character. Each character behaves differently, possessing unique abilities like dodging or defeating opponents non-lethally. Some characters can choose from a selection of weapons or masks, the latter of which modifies... Brody.
Is it Hotline Miami 2 wrong number?
It is Hotline Miami 2 wrong number. Well done, Brody. Whoo-wee. This just got interesting. Brody now level with James.
I'd love to know what the criteria was for
points.
these picks, because that is such a Brody game.
Yeah, that's probably the fucking criteria.
There's no theme here, not that I can see at least.
So this next one's going to be Resident Evil fucking 4 or something like that.
All right, game number 2. The game is a top-down bullet hell shooter with roguelike elements. The player takes control of one of 4 characters, the Marine, Convict, Hunter, or Pilot, who must find a magical gun that can kill the past. Although each character starts out with items and weapons that are unique to the character, they can all shoot guns, knock over tables to provide cover, and dodge attacks by performing a dodge roll that allows them to be temporarily incapable of losing health. Blah, 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 blah. The game was first released on April 5th, 2016 for Linux, macOS, PlayStation 4, and Windows 10. By June 2020, it had sold over 3 million copies. The game received positive reviews on release, with critics favorably comparing it to The Binding of Isaac and Nuclear Throne. Reviewers praised the creativity and design of the guns, while also commenting on the game's difficulty. The game is a 2016 bullet hell roguelike video game developed by Brody.
Is it Enter the Gungeon?
Don't. I was going to say that. It better fucking not be.
Brody, it's Enter the Gungeon. Woo! We have a new champion! Where's the confetti cannons? Oh my god, he's clean swept it too. Unreal. So that would bring you up to 40 points, Brody, in the end.
I don't have a crown, so I'm going to put on my Oculus.
How do you feel, sir?
It's been a long time coming. Like, I feel like, look, this is my trophy. This is for the people. Everyone's been asking for this for a long time. You know, a shake-up in power. The Rock said it best. The hierarchy of power is about to change. I'm going to order a belt. I'm going to order a wrestling belt. I'm about to become obnoxious. Anyway,
I kind of do have a plan about what I want to do with with trophies. So stay tuned. I just need to get my butt into gear. I've been saying that for about 5 years.
You introduce trophies the second we have a new champion.
I've had a thought recently. Yeah. James, obviously not the end of the season that you wanted, but remarkable effort. You've looked dominant again. How are you feeling right now?
Annoyed, but it's fine. It's all the times that I volunteered when I wasn't even meant to host. Why did I do that?
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
Maybe you'll think twice going into the new season.
Is it suspicious at all that they were 2 Devolver games?
Very.
I don't know what you mean. Are they both Devolver games?
If I'm not a Hotline Miami guy, I'm definitely a Devolver guy.
Anyway, I can tell you the other 2 games I had on the list. Maybe that might help shed some light on the situation.
Hotline Miami 1, Death's Door.
I had Ruiner as the next game.
Oh, okay.
Who published that?
That's a good question.
I got it here. The game is a twin-stick shooter game developed by Polish studio Rycon Games and published by Devolver Digital. Oh, there you
go. What the fuck? What's the 4th game, man?
And with that, let's bring an end to what was this year's last episode of the Pressed Up podcast. What?
Don't you want your trivia? Or are we scrapping that?
Oh, shit, the trivia. Sure, yeah, okay. Do you want to give double points for trivia?
Who's doing the trivia? James is not in the mood, I don't think, so.
I can do it.
Anytime. I'm ready with you.
Be harsh on him, James. I feel bad for you, man.
It's so annoying. You don't understand. But it's fine. What can you do?
What was the last game I had?
Better than Devolver.
That turns out that was Devolver as well.
Okay, Ewan, your 3 categories are Claire Obscure, Hollow Knight Silksong, or Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, I'm gonna say Metroid Prime 4 because I'm literally playing it at the moment, so that's front of mind.
Ask him about the ending. He hasn't got that.
Yeah,
but I was not confident in the other 2 either. Yeah. He immediately asked me a question about the end.
Okay. What is the name of the? No. What do you mean? Ugh. There's 2 names to remember in the whole game. What is the name of the ancient alien race that Samus encounters on Vuros?
The starts with L. The
You get one answer. I'm not being nice.
yeah, it's fair. I want to say like Lenora or something. Lenore, Lamore, Am I close? Am I warm?
No, you get one answer, so pick one.
Lamore.
Spell it.
Oh, Jesus.
Spell it. You just asked for what they were called.
Spell it.
Oh, I think it's Lenora. Let's go with my first answer.
Lenora. No.
Lenora.
Wrong.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
What was it? What is it?
It's the Lamorn. Lamorn.
Lamorn. Fuck.
Yeah.
Close.
I was
very
close.
close, but no points.
Like someone else.
Should have been scanning more stuff. With that, let's bring it into what was the last episode of the year of the Press Start podcast. Subscribe to us on Listen or the podcast service of your choice. Follow us at press.au and visit the site at pressstart.com.au. We've been joined today by Brody.
Thank you. You can follow me on most things at Brody_DG.
Congratulations again, Brody. And
Thank you.
for the last time in 2025, it was James.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at JamesATJMZ or Blue Sky.
And I've been your host, Ewan. You can follow me on socials at Ewan_Roxborough. We'll be back again next year. But until then, happy gaming.
Bye.
Bye.